Hello and welcome back everyone, I'm Day-Glo Buffalo and this is Let's Play Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars, the Director's Cut. When we last left off, we were back in Paris with the lens that we had found in Syria after a bunch of very questionable puzzles. Anyway, let's see if we have any new notes. I was right, face to face with Khan again, but this time he tried to kill me. Fortunately, my ninja-like reflexes saved me. The Latin inscription in the cave is a clue to where the Sword of Baphomet is hidden. Okay, so let's talk to... I forget his name.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie. Where have you been? Nicole said you were away.
I just returned from Syria.
Syria? On the trail of the Templars?
It's a long story, but I found the bull's head. It was referred to on the manuscript, remember?
Yes. What is it?
A secret cave built into a high cliff face. In the cave, I discovered a map bearing a phrase in Latin. In accidenta sita est in ora mundi.
The island of Britain.
Lies at the edge of the world, to the west.
Strange. That map seems to contain a series of pointers.
Like I said, it's a treasure map.
Like I said, he should have brought a camera. So, well, can we show the lens to him?
Maybe not.
Or maybe not. We can't talk to him about anything, so, well, I guess that was fruitless.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Oh, right. We have something up at Montfaucon. We still, hopefully by now, the priest is done polishing the chalice. I mean, trip to Syria, I would think that we probably spent maybe a couple of days there. And back, well, at least we went away for a couple of days.
The priest was still busy with the chalice, so I decided to have another look around the church.
Oh, jeez. I'm afraid there's something that we have to do here in order for him to trigger the end of the polishing.
A knight there in the company of his fellows. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world. I guess.
Okay. There's something, well, obviously there's something going on with the statue.
On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack.
That sounds like something we can interact, or wait, what is that?
A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. A scholarly knight. That rang a bell. A very Spanish bell.
So is that supposed to be, what was it, Don Carlos was the long-lost relative?
I could see that what had at first seemed to be a fine engraved chasing on the scroll was actually writing. Per disciplinum meum lux videbus. Sounds pretty familiar to me.
It kind of bothers me that you have to interact the same way with the same things multiple times to get, like, different information.
Per disciplinum.
Okay. Whoa. Right.
A bit of a stained glass window. Wow. Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess.
Okay, so we had to interact with it 3 times in different ways. Or, no, in the same way to get different results. But maybe the lens was not for a magnifying glass, but for a, not binoculars. Binoculars, binoculars have 2 lenses that you look through with both eyes. Can't think of the name for the thing for just one eye, though. So I don't know, let's try. Can we put that in there?
The lens fitted into the end of the scroll like a hand into a glove.
Okay. The scroll seems kind of small because the lens seemed bigger. But fair enough.
Per disciplinum meum lux videbus. Hey!
The lens elements need to be slit to the correct position within the circle so that when aligned, they create a clear image. Each lens element can be moved by moving the mouse pointer over the number tab. And when a grasped hand appears, clicking and holding the mouse button to slide it left or right. George will acknowledge the image once the lenses are correctly positioned. Okay, and I bet that if we move one, like the others move to... Oh no, this moves by itself. This too. No, they all move by themselves, so never mind. Okay, we have a hand over here. Whoop, hold on. Oh, I think that's his head. That looks right. Oh, and then the hand probably goes over here.
The distortions came sharply in the focus. It was a Knight Templar burning at the stake. And below him a date in Roman numerals. A Knight Templar burning at the stake. And a date. Let me see. M-C-C-C
1314.
X-I-V. That's 1314.
Yep. Okay. Paris Montfaucon used the lens in the church in Montfaucon and discovered an ancient clue in the window, the burning of Jacques de Molay. And the date, 1314. How did he know that it's Jacques de Molay? Is he still polishing that thing? Oh.
Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure, monsieur.
What was the writing on the chalice?
It was not writing, my mistake. It was a coat of arms. The remarkable thing is that it seems very familiar.
Yeah?
Oui, I think I have seen it on that wall tomb in the far corner. That winged horse is quite distinctive.
I noticed that the stained glass
Oh, we already heard this.
Oh, oui.
Do you speak Latin?
You ask this of a priest?
Okay. Can you tell me what per disciplinum meum lux videbus means?
Let me see. That would be, by my teachings, you will see the light. I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I think we already heard that too.
Boy, what a shine you got on this.
Merci. It is all in the wrist action.
Right. Okay,
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
So it's at the tomb in the corner. Had a coat of arms similar. Now, we already checked that one out, so maybe it's the one over here?
A stone knight lay at the end of a row of 4. I wondered if this guy had died in combat. A stone knight lay in... Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work.
Click. I thought it was the same thing, but it's not. No, this time we don't get different dialogue every time we click on it.
A stone knight...
So, there's nothing... Is it really this guy? I mean, we checked him out earlier. He didn't recognize the coat of arms of the Vasconcelos family?
Now that my attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it. But the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the De Vasconcelos family. I'd found the last resting place of Don Carlos. My eye was drawn to the biblical references carved into the edge of the tomb. Hey, maybe these biblical references mean something.
You know what? I stand corrected. George is not a tool. He's a complete and utter idiot. You didn't see that until now? We checked out that tomb like 5 times and... I mean, seriously. It had to take somebody else pointing out the coat of arms to it for him to go over there and actually take a look at it. Wow. Well, anyway. Again, adventure game logic. So let's see. A jumble of letters are carved into the side of the knight's tube. You must look for and highlight a number of biblical verse references comprising of the name of a book, followed by the chapter and verse in Latin numerals. So for example, Luke chapter 8 verse 2 would be displayed as Luke 8 plus 2. Okay. You must find and highlight all the verse references. Highlight the full verse reference and the letters will stay lit. Otherwise, the letters will fade. George will read the verse reference once they are all highlighted. Okay, so hopefully I recognize all of them because I'm not that familiar with the books of the Bible. Oh, but I immediately see Psalms here. So I guess 22 plus 21. So, whoop.
Psalms 22:21. Not much to go on, but it must have meant something. If I examined the tomb more closely, there might be other clues to find.
Now the question is, are there vertical ones, diagonal ones, XRP, APX, or... Well, these don't line up. PTTXD. Felix. No, I'm pretty sure there was no book of Felix in the Bible. But hold on. John 4:11?
John 4:11.
Oh, wow. Okay. So let's see. Sav X O E plus R X T R L E J B Rom Doxer. Nope. Okay. Annus. That would be a year, but well. Ooh, Annus Horribilis. I don't think that would be... It should be like terrible year, which, you know, it's 2020, so that absolutely fits. And then here it's 19 plus 9, but I don't think there is a book of the Bible called Annus Horribilis. Okay. Oh, there's another Psalms here. This one is 33 plus 7.
Psalms 32:7.
No,
The numbers
32.
refer to a chapter and a verse in the Bible.
Ooh, Corinthians. Right below it. Corinthians 1:4 plus 5?
Corinthians 14:5. There were no more references to find, but a series of Roman numerals ran around the plaque. I made
How's
a note
that
in case they
14?
meant something. Psalms 32:7, John 4:11, Corinthians 1:4-5, and just one more, Psalms 22:21. I may not be perfect, but I've got a memory like a steel trap. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the De Vasconcellos arms were already on the manuscript. Nope, I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own.
All right. Got the priest in the church in Montfaucon to clean the Countess's chalice. He recognized the engraving on the side as matching one on a tomb in his church, the Pegasus of the Vasconcelos family. Around the outside of the inscription were the numerals 14 and that's 27 at the top, 6 and 81 on the left, 3 and 1 on the right, and 17, 12, 25 along the bottom. That sounds like a combination for a lock. So can we talk to the priest about those verses?
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant to speak to you again.
I guess not. Can only talk about the window
Catch you
again.
later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
But we've done that a bunch of times. Maybe we can show the chalice to Andre? If we haven't already
Hi,
done
Andre.
that.
Hello, Georgie.
Oh. Wait, was that there before when we came here?
That is not a good idea.
Okay, so let's talk about this statue.
While I was in Syria, I discovered a strange pagan statue. It was like a head with 3 bearded faces. Horrible.
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you, not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is. Just last month, a statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris.
Where?
At the Institut Hermétique de Naval. The statue is beneath the foundations. It was discovered by some workmen while renovating the building.
Can you tell me any more about the statue of Baphomet?
It's a fearful image, even now. A bearded head. The base of the statue is carved with Templar symbols. One of the workmen noticed a curious stain at the base. He claimed it looked like blood.
Blood?
That's right.
Oh,
Thanks for your help, Andre.
right.
You're welcome.
Not sure what to make of that. Seems the 3-faced monstrosity I saw at the Syrian cave was a depiction of Baphomet. Lobino says a Baphomet statue was recently found in Paris at the Institut Hermétique de Nerval. Apparently, it's covered in Templar symbols. Wait, yeah. It was still flashing, I guess, from before. So I take it we have to go there now? Is that it? Site de Baphomet. Can we maybe drop by Nico first?
I solved another puzzle.
You did?
Well, I guess I did.
Well, what was it? What's the answer?
1314.
What does that mean?
It was the date when Jacques de Molay was burned, wasn't it?
Of course.
The answer was hidden in a stained glass window. When I looked through the lens, the picture changed. It became a man surrounded by flames.
It seems to me the answers to the Templar puzzles are as cryptic as the clues. Sometimes I wonder if the manuscript isn't an elaborate joke.
The Knights Templar weren't the kind of people to play jokes, were they?
Sounds like he got the answer to a question no one asked. Have we shown the chalice to Nico?
Look at the chalice now, Nico.
What happened? It's shiny.
The priest at Montfaucon buffed it up for me.
That's incredible.
Yeah, looks as good as new.
No. You found a use for a priest. That's incredible.
Touche. Definitely. Touche.
I'd better
Anyway.
get back to the quest.
So basically, this game started off with Nico investigating a story or showing up for an interview and then investigating a murder, finding that site underneath on the banks of the Seine. Then she went home and basically she has been sitting in her apartment ever since. All right. So,
Hey, you! Get away from my dumpster.
Okay.
It's a dumpster. It's stuff you throw away. What do you care?
The painter didn't seem to regard the painting as too important. Not as important as a cigarette break, anyway.
Well, hey, everybody deserves a break.
Excuse me, could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions. You're doing a fine job.
Merci. I have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a Gauloise smoke so stylishly.
It's a natural talent.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm being indifferent.
You're very good at that as well.
Merci. Vive l'indifférence.
Okay, a pun. A French pun.
So, what are you doing here?
I am having my break.
Yeah, I mean when you finish your break.
Oh, when I finish my break, an interesting concept, monsieur.
You'll probably need to think about it.
I could have another cigarette while I consider. Perhaps tomorrow too.
Is this line of questioning going anywhere?
Okay, let me put things differently. What were you hired to do here?
I was hired to keep the archaeological dig in the basement of this building clear of debris and to touch up damage to the door frames with my little pot of paint. It's a very responsible job. Unfortunately, I'm not a very responsible person.
Well, at least he realizes it.
So what do you know about the excavation?
I know they won't let me in to do my job. I would complain to my union, but
You couldn't be bothered to join.
Right. Tell you what, though, I'm surprised at the sort of people interested in this excavation.
Well, he should have joined a union.
What's unusual about the visitors to the excavation?
None of them look like archaeologists to me.
Do you know what an archaeologist looks like?
Three-piece suits, crocodile-eyed attaché cases, Rolex oyster.
But no archaeologist dresses like that.
Quite right, monsieur, quite right.
So, who are they?
Who cares as long as they pay me?
See, a video game in-joke could have been, he could have described, I don't know, Lara Croft, for example.
What does the word Templar suggest to you?
Templar?
Nothing.
Nothing.
All right.
I have some plaster of Paris.
Amazing.
That's what I said.
Have you seen this man before?
Yes, he asked me a lot of questions, just like you.
Oh, so he's been here.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yes, it's a communion chalice. I know, you know, I used to be an altar boy.
You?
Yes, me. What's so funny about that?
Nothing.
Wait, do we actually have to go back to Spain to tell the lady there that we found what I presume is a final resting place of her relative?
A greasy tissue. Don't get it too close to my cigarette, monsieur, or there'll be a conflagration.
Has a guy calling himself Merlin been nosing around?
Was he wearing a t-shirt with "My name is Merlin" on it?
I doubt it.
Then how the hell am I supposed to know his name just by looking at him? Huh?
I've got a sewer key.
I used to work in the sewer.
Oh? What happened?
I had a cigarette break in a pocket of methane. A manhole cover landed on the other side of the Seine and I was sacked.
Wow. That's an explosive cigarette break.
I was pretty sure the Shaken Shock had shot its bolt in Syria.
So why are you still carrying it around with you? Well, I guess that's all we can talk
Be
to this
seeing
guy
you.
about.
Au revoir, monsieur.
There was a dumpster full of debris. From the excavation, I guess.
Then there's something
The
here.
painter had a pot of gunmetal gray primer hanging from the barrier.
Hey, monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Pah!
All right, I presume that's going to be significant at some point. Anything else? Oh. Oh, we can go inside there. Oh, apparently we can't leave? No, we can't go this way either, so I guess we're here for good. So let's go inside. And another guy. There's a door over here.
There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
That door is locked, monsieur.
And that just takes us back out.
Do you mind if I use the phone?
Be my guest. I'm paid to guard this door. The phone can look after itself.
Hi, Nico?
Georges, what have you discovered?
Nothing yet.
Nothing. Is something wrong?
No.
Georges, why are you calling me?
Oh, no reason. I just wanted to hear your voice.
You did. Well, this is my voice saying, don't bother me, I'm busy.
Oh.
Busy doing what? She's been sitting around for the whole game.
There was a telephone on the far wall.
Okay, there's a guy guarding a door, I presume?
I couldn't get to the door while the guard was there. A guard stood by a door I guessed led to the excavation. He looked pretty pompous. Well, not so much pretty, just pompous.
Something else. Let's check these things out before we actually go down a conversation rabbit hole with a guard.
A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here, even with the door open to the chill of fall. I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial.
Cooling the place down a little bit, maybe?
The doorway was full of assorted old tea chests, cardboard boxes, and so on, all empty and all uninteresting. The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost its door. There was nothing interesting in there.
All right, anything... Oh, there's something here.
I couldn't see any use for a collection of dirt and half bricks.
Takes us back out. I guess we'll have to talk to the guy.
Hi? Excuse me?
Oui?
So, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm guarding. You expect to find me shearing sheep?
Take it easy. I just didn't realize you were a guard. I'd like to know what you're guarding, please.
That's a secret.
It wouldn't happen to be an archaeological site, would it?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Then why ask?
I had a feeling this was no normal hole in the ground.
You think?
I'd like to use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Oh, that's no problem. You can have the key.
Thanks.
Well, that's awfully nice of him. But let's keep
Hi
talking.
again.
What is it?
It sure is hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
What do you know about the Knights Templar? There was a long pause during which the guard said nothing. Then he said,
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Is this a test?
What, like a history pop test?
No, like a Test?
Okay, yes, it's a test.
Then I know absolutely nothing about the Templars.
That didn't sound very
The
convincing.
guard was being amazingly evasive. It was going to take more than goodwill to get past him.
Maybe some plaster of Paris.
I got this plaster from Ireland.
Not an exciting souvenir.
It's got a point.
Have you seen this man before?
Oh,
You have.
non.
Again, very convincing.
I thought better of showing him the chalice. He might be on the conspiracy's payroll, and I didn't want to risk it.
Oui? You have...
A sudden urge to sing. Care to join me?
No, no singing in here.
Fair enough.
Look, a tissue stained with grease paint.
Ah, just what I've always wanted. If you give me that, you can enter through the door.
Really?
Of course not. What would I want with an old tissue?
The old really? No, not really.
No.
Guess not.
This gadget is a sewer key.
So it is.
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Oh,
Merci, monsieur.
yeah, I kind of need those.
Do you recognize this name?
Merlin. Non.
Can I have the keys back?
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Hi again.
What is it?
Okay.
I need to use the toilet again.
Again? Already?
I have this problem. How technical do you want me to get?
Never mind. Here's the key.
All right, so we're back to where we
On the
started.
keyring was a big old key that looked like it might fit the excavation door.
Nice. Okay. So we have to steal it somehow, but how we will find out, hopefully, in the next part. So for now, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like or a comment below. Subscribe to stay up to date, and I will see you in the next part. So until then, have a good one.